Right, okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. Is that working? Avatar is moving. Right, okay. Screen. Right, turn that off. Okay, so welcome, commanders, to the tour of the galaxy. We are still in Lyra's song. I'm probably about 10 jumps away from leaving it, but we have found a planet with 6 forms of life on it, so that's going to take us probably about an hour to scan everything. Let's see, I think there's well, there are 2 other planets in the system with 1 form of life on each, so that's going to take up some time. Just let me stop. Yeah. So anyway, we are around here. And Lyra's song, heading towards this fleet carrier, which I'm pretty sure is on the junction between the next system. And then when we get there, we'll head over to here, which is the easternmost point of the galaxy, then over to the tip, and then over to this fleet carrier, and then back through the outer Orion spur. Right, let's get into the game. I'll turn that echo off. Right, okay, so we are precisely where we landed at the end of yesterday's stream, but it's now night time. So I don't normally like landing on planets in the night time, but we'll go out and look for things here. So we are in a crater, if I remember right, on a plateau, and we are looking for, I think it's Fungoida and tussock from this particular location. We may find some other things too. There are these cactoides, which I saw when I was landing. But let's go and have a look, see if we can find the fungoids. And is that fungoids or tussock there? This is the tussock. Right, so that's actually that looks like fungoids over there. They are going to be harder to find, so I'll go and get those first. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is the fungoida. Fungoida gelta. Not sure what colour that is. Looks like orange, maybe. Right, so they're all red if you look through them from the back with light shining on them. It's the colour they are on the front. I'm not sure what colour that is. It's probably green. I just got first footfall. Fungoida gelta green, yes it is. Fungoida gelta green, that's the 9th time I have found that. And that is worth, what is it? Is that 3 million? 3.3 million. I'm counting those. Yeah, 3.3 million. Right, so how big is this patch? I've not seen a patch yet that is big enough to get 2 samples. No, it's not. We need to get 300 meters before the next sample. So let's get in and drive off, see if we can find another one. Alright, there's some more cactoided there. Cactoid are available on multiple locations on the planet, but from this one, the 2 things that we need are the tussock, which is that, and the fungoids that we just saw. Right, those fungoids tend to like flat flat zones. So let's go back up to the plane. Yeah, they nearly always grow on plateaus. That particular type of fungoider. And they do normally grow in large patches, so they normally stand out quite well on the night vision. Get the wheels back on the ground. Oh, I think, is that some there, or is that more? I think that is some. Yeah, it is. I think we've gone 300 meters, so that should be good. And the ground's not quite as level here as it looks in the SRV. It's quite hard to tell at night in the dark. On the edge of the galaxy, where there's virtually no stars. Right. Right. I think the ship has just left me. Here's another patch. May just be 300 meters away from the last lot. Hopefully it is.
Drive assist off.
No. So where was the last one? 208 meters away. So yeah, even though it looks like it is a separate patch, it's not far enough away as we need. Alright, well, as the ship's gone, it doesn't really matter where we go now, so we just go and see and find some more. Loads. I think the close ones are probably tussock, but I think what we're after is probably these ones over here. No, that's tussock as well. What's that there? That could be. And that's tussock too. Yeah, as I said earlier, we are on the edge of a rim of a crater. It's quite a huge crater, and we're actually on the plateau. Right, that looks, unless that's the same lot we found to begin with, that looks like it will do.
Drive assist off.
Yeah. Right, so the other two things to get from this location are the tussock, which we've seen loads of, and the cactoida, which we've also seen loads of, but they tend to be further away. So there's some tussock to start us off.
Drive assist off.
I hate it when it does that warning. So I say I'm not 100% sure now that I've scanned all the other ones. Let's do this again just to see if it says already analysed. Yeah, already analysed. Problem is, if you get back in the SRV before it's finished doing all its messages, when you get out the SRV and scan something else, it starts giving you those warning messages, and you're never really sure if it's actually deleted all the previous or the last plant scanned, and you're starting from scratch. Right, so that is tussock cactus yellow. Tussock cactus yellow. It's the 5th yellow one I found. So for tussock we need to go 200 meters to find another one. Let's head towards some cactuses. Don't see any. Alright, lots of cactuses down there. What is it? Cacti. Cacti probably.
Drive assist off.
Unless of course it belongs to the cactus. And then cactuses is probably correct. Probability that was 200 meters. No, not. How far are we going to go? Takes ages for the distances to come up. That's another 50 meters. Can I see anything over there? No, I'll have to go and drive a little bit. That's a shame because we're next to some cacti. Oh, that should be far enough.
Drive assist off.
Alright, this should be the third sample. Yeah, sample complete. Let's head back and
Drive assist off.
right. So what are these? I don't remember what kind they are. Cactoida. Pollutia. Cactoida pollutia. Is that how I pronounce it? Pollutia yellow, I think it was. Right, so that's only the second yellow one I found, and only the 4th in total of these. At least only the 4th that I've logged. I did scan quite a lot before I started logging them, but I did lose all that data, so that doesn't really count. Now, cactoid is 300 meters. I'm not sure if that's going to be 300 meters.
Drive assist off.
Yeah, just. I think I saw some over here. Yeah, there they are. let's recall the ship.
Ship recalled. Drive assist off.
Right, so that's half the things on this planet, and including the hardest to find half. Although bacteria is probably not going to be easy. Yeah, sample complete, so that's good. All right, only took 15 minutes, so that's half the time I expected it to take. So where's the ship going to land? As normal, I bet it's going to land with a rock directly beneath the docking bay. Don't want to get underneath the ship until it's finished landing, because that will make it take off again, and it's not opened its docking bay yet. Right, okay. It's hovering above the ground without opening the docking bay. Will it let me in anyway? No. Alright, let's dismiss it and bring it back again. Go and find somewhere flat for it to land.
Ship dismissed. Ship recalled.
Right, I think that's gone and landed back precisely where it was before. We've got the docking bay open though. Right, so what we'll do now is we'll go into low orbit.
Drive assist off.
Inasuk. Back again. Yeah, I'm continuing from where I left off yesterday. I hope you enjoyed the raid where I sent you over to Father Bill. Unfortunately, I've not been able to actually chat with Father Bill because he has this setting on where you can only chat if you have authenticated, and you can only do that if you have a mobile phone, which I don't have. So I can't actually chat with Father Bill. But yeah, he does some good VR streaming. Yeah, so we're on the same planet we were on at the end of the stream yesterday. I've just scanned 3 of the 6 plants that were on there. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm still not 100% sure if how well I'm doing at raids. Although I was raided the other day by Grinning Crow, and I did manage to pass those users onto brother Sebastius. I can't remember how you pronounce his second name. Right, so let's get a bit of altitude and see if we can find the daylight side of the planet. So I've now scanned tussock, fungoida, and cactoida. And I'm not sure, I can't remember what the other things were. Let's see if we can find some daylight. Alright, so it looks like there's some daylight over there. Yeah, here we go.
Orbital flight engaged.
Right, so what's next? So got cactoida, fungoida, osseous. Right, we have osseous, stratum, and it's back to cactoida, bacterium. Right, so let's go for osseous next. I think we'll only need to land on one more location to get everything. I haven't got a screenshot yet from this planet because the side we were just on was at night. So I still need to take a screenshot. There's a nice big turquoise zone. Okay, we're after osseous, so we don't want it to be too flat because osseous only grows on rocky areas. Alright, so I will fly around a bit, look for some osseous first. This isn't a terribly large area, but you can normally see osseous from the air. And yeah, it normally grows on these sort of ridgy bits. I've never seen it grow on the flat area. So you can see the stratum there. That's easy to find. Is that cactoida? That's osseous and cactoida there, I think. Yep. Osseous, stratum and cactoida. Osseous is generally bigger than other things, although the last lot I found were of a species which were a lot smaller. That's cactoida. What's that just there? It's a different colour. Is it actually something? Oh, it's just a brighter spot. Osseous is normally a light colour. There's bacteria there. This is the kind of region it likes with these little rocky bits. Well, I have never noticed that before. Can you actually I did see Right, okay, I never actually tried that before. I'm not sure what that does. That was cactoid we just scanned, which we'd already scanned. So it looks like we get some additional data from scanning it from the ship. This ship's too big to get close enough to most of the things to actually scan it. Not sure if that's something that's been introduced recently. Right, that looks like osseous. Is that an osseous? No, that's more cactoid. Is that it there? No, that's more stratum. I should probably be looking further away because osseous is normally visible from a long way off. Just a minute, I'll just be back in a second. Right, okay, so I'm back. Yeah, so we were looking for osseous. There is a lot of stuff I can see from a long way away. Just get up a little bit higher, see if we can see it from up there. Alright, so this is too flat. We want the bits with little rocks. Stratum. Alright, so this area over here looks like it's I think, there we have some. Right, so these are the smaller type, which is why it's been harder to find.
Landing
Gravity warning. Drive assist off.
Right, so this is one of the rarer types of osseous. It's also one of the smaller ones. Cornubus turquoise. Cornubus turquoise. Oh, that's the fourth time I've found that. Only the sixth type of cornubus that I found, or sixth sample of cornubus. Right, so it's probably going to be quite hard to find the rest of those. Let's have a little bit of a drive around here. We do have to go 800 meters between samples, so quite often with osseous I just do that from the ship. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be. Yeah, and that cactoid are down there. Right, I think I'll just head back to the ship and fly her out. Oh, there's some rocks to shoot at. Let's shoot at them. See what we get. Nickel. I still need some nickel.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Carbon. Only carbon as well. Don't often need carbon. Right, so the rare stuff I've already got. And there's another one over here to shoot at. Sulfur. More nickel. What was the other one? Phosphorus. Yeah, so I seem to be short on the really common stuff. Although I did be able to ship when I was in the bubble, fully engineered it, so I probably used up quite a bit of stuff.
Drive assist off.
Cargo scoop retracted. Power plant capacity exceeded.
Actually, there's a whole other bunch there which we failed to spot when we were in the SRV. Again, they're too close. Is that cactoids? Cactoid there. And the sun is rapidly going down, so let's head in the direction of the sun before we end up in the dark side of the planet again.
Landing gear retracted.
Yeah, still plenty of bacterium and stratum around. I don't know if it shows up any better without the night vision. What's that there? That's more cactoides. I think we have some there. So land as close as possible, and we'll get out on foot.
Landing gear deployed.
Find somewhere flat to land. If we can do that without bashing the ship apart. So they're actually quite a similar colour to the so that's stratum there. So they're quite a similar colour to that.
Power plant capacity exceeded. Landing gear retracted.
Well, it will turn. There's a ridge here. Is that one there? That's cactus. What's that? Stratum, I think. Yeah, it's just stratum. Yeah, so it come up to a crater. So rims of craters, another good place for finding osseous. so there's something there. What's that? No, it's just stratum. Actually, that was the one I was looking at there, and that's stratum too. Yeah, these are things that are going to be easy enough to find. There's plenty of bacteria and stratum everywhere. I saw something there as well. What was that? Oh, that's just cactus. Possibly that rock. What do we have there? More stratum. Yeah, damage the ship again. I've damaged the ship more hunting for osseous than anything else, I think. Ah, there's some there. Only that leaves large amounts of bacteria and stratum nearby, so that's all good.
Landing gear deployed.
So we will get out in the SRV this time and drive around and find the rest of the stuff.
Low gravity warning.
Ship's beginning to show signs of wear on the paint job. I have repaired the ship at the last fleet carrier, but I don't repair the paint jobs quite so often. Right, so still need to do a screenshot. So I'm not even sure if I've got a screenshot of these, so this will be the screenshot, I think. All right, let's go for let's go for a close up of the. I'm going to go do a depth of field one, I think. So I haven't done a depth of field one for a while. Now then, what's a good angle? Try and get everything in. Right, and depth of field. So let's focus. Can't remember how to do this. Nope, that wasn't it. We're going to move the camera around again now. There we. That's it. Oh no, it's not. There we go. Alright, so we made it fuzzy. Now I'm going to bring in the depth of field to get the. I need to dial that back a little bit. Let's move the commander a little bit closer. Not. Alright, well, let's move to the other one. Right, I think that'll do. Right, do a print screen there, and let's save that. So which planet are we on? Right, so that's a screenshot. That's the osseous done. So we'll go and find the bacteria and the stratum now, which from the ship looked like it'd be pretty easy. So yeah, I might have been able to do the first three quickly. So bacteria straight away, but
Drive assist off.
yeah, it's taken me 20 minutes to do the osseous, so that's made up for it. Alright, what do we have here? It's a different type of bacteria to the last lot I found. Arus lime. Arus lime, 26 of those now. Find something to give me a bit of a kick. Some altitude. Hopefully we'll be able to see some bacterium from higher up. There's some just there. Okay.
Drive assist off.
So that's 2 of those. There's a nice flat area up here. Hopefully we'll be able to see some on there. And there's some there.
Drive assist off.
Yeah, so these are worth $1 million for a sample. And we've got some stratum. I think that's Pelis lime, or yeah, Pelis lime, I should think. Pelis emerald. Stratum Pelis. Emerald. Right, so yeah, it's very common. That's 33 of those, and they are worth 1.3 million. Not quite sure why the stratum tectonics is worth 18 million, or sorry, 19 million, and the other ones are only worth just over $1 million. It's a big difference there. Right, so I've got to find 2 more of those, and then we're going to head off to one of the other planets. Right, something green over there. Yep.
Drive assist off.
Yeah, before the price hike, Stratum Pelis was only worth so what is it? 100,000. Try and keep the SLV in the one straight direction. huge amount of the
Drive assist
stratum there.
off.
Insufficient genetic diversity. How far? Can't be that. So we need to go. Oh, it's 500 meters for these. 483. I don't want to go any more into those rocks. Let's turn around. There's some just there that we just flown past. Let's go back up to them.
Drive assist off.
Right, that's this planet done.
Drive assist off.
Right, so the next planet is not that far away.
Landing gear retracted.
See what the next planet is. So the next planet is A7. So we're on at A4A. I'm going to go to A7 next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is that one.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's just got one form of life on it, which if it's bacterium, I'm going to leave. I'm now up to 34 on this 34 plant scanned on this leg of the journey. So that is halfway to my goal of, or nearly halfway to my goal of 76. Right, 4,000 light years to this one. That means it's going to be a really long way to the next one. So the next one after this is 56,000 light years to that one. Right, 56 is about the limit, is what I would want to do. It's going to take a few minutes. some reason I overshot that despite the fact I backed off in time.
Surface scan by 50%.
Right, it's
Surface
bacterium.
complete.
Right, so let's plot the other one in. Yeah, it's right on the limit as what I would go for a single biological signal. Right, so as it's going to take a few minutes, let's put the news on again. And if we get to one that we listened to yesterday, I'll see if I can remember how to skip forward through it.
Explorers needed for Ammonia World Survey. Pilots Federation alert. Universal Cartographics has announced a 2-week initiative to locate planets with ammonia atmospheres. The survey was outlined by Cynthia Sideris, chairperson of Universal Cartographics. Aegis has urgently requested an update to our database of terrestrial planets with ammonia atmospheres. It is no
Yeah, that was in
coincidence that
yesterday's
each Maelstrom is located
stream.
in a system. Caustic Sink launcher aids Maelstrom exploration. Pilots Federation alert. Aegis's initiative in the Junta system has kickstarted production of a ship module designed for caustic environments. Shipments of
Yeah, listened to that yesterday.
Rackham reveals presidential manifesto. Trillionaire entrepreneur Zachary Rackham has launched his campaign to be elected as federal president in the forthcoming election. He outlined several policies during a press event in the tropospheric suite of Rackham's spire on the planet Homeland. As I see it, the job of president is to help ordinary, hard-working people from humble backgrounds, just like me. So I pledge to reduce all civil taxes and public service fees.
I
and
don't
boost
remember
government
listening
funding
to
for
that
business
yesterday, so we'll
parks and
continue from
commercial
here.
opportunities. Let's make everyone rich and successful, just like me. Mr. Rackham is running for the position of federal president as an independent candidate and claims support from several corporate interests, including Rackham Capital Investments. His manifesto has triggered a surge in popularity, with several high-profile celebrities promoting his campaign slogan, just like me. However, economists have noted that his tax-cutting proposals remain uncosted and are considered virtually unachievable. The journalist Brianna Blanco, who has been investigating Mr. Rackham's business affairs for years, described his presidential promises as populist nonsense from a former pirate turned politician. The presidential election will be held in June 3309. Shadow President Felicia Winters has confirmed that she will represent the Liberal Party, with Congressman Isolde Rochester as her running mate. The Republican Party candidate will be announced after Congress's vote on the Hudson Contravention, which is scheduled for mid-March. If this constitutional amendment is approved, it will permit President Zachary Hudson to stand for a second 8-year term. Other senior Republican congressmen, including Vice President Jerome Archer, are also preparing their electoral campaigns. Aegis launches Caustic Sink Launcher Initiative. Pilots Federation alert. Deliveries are requested in Junta to fast-track production of a module that protects ships in caustic environments. Professor Albert Tesreau, the head of Aegis, provided these details. We are grateful to Aidan Tanner for personally testing our prototype Caustic Sink launcher. The electrochemical reaction within the Maelstrom cloud was successfully channeled into semi-liquid anodes for ejection. This kept the ship hull intact for considerably longer before Tanner was forced to withdraw. Aegis is setting up manufacturing and distribution centers to make the Caustic Sink launcher widely available. The Alliance, Empire, and Federation will all contribute, but we know that the process can be accelerated with the direct support of the galactic community. Therefore, we have an open order for shipments of advanced catalyzers, heatsink interlinks, and palladium. We also require caustic tissue samples obtained from the caustic generators that can be found inside the Maelstrom clouds. I urge pilots to exercise caution as these are highly dangerous to obtain, but crucial to the module's manufacturing process. Pilots can deliver these resources to the Oren Miller in the Duumta system. Aegis confirmed that the first commercially produced caustic sink launchers will be awarded to the initiative's top contributors. Xenological research groups have reacted positively to this development. Director Ivano Columbera of the Imperial Science Academy stated, Aegis has immediately justified its reformation with this contribution to the war effort. The caustic sink launcher will allow more data on the maelstroms to be gathered, thus furthering our understanding of the Thargoid's capabilities. Thargoid War Update, February 3309. An overview of recent developments regarding the Thargoid conflict, as reported by Jade Sanderlin on the Vox Galactica newsfeed. Over the last month, Thargoid fleets have continued expanding outwards from the 8 maelstroms. The front lines of the war are relentlessly encroaching deeper into the core systems, leaving desolation and death in their wake. A dedicated resistance force won a few precious victories, with 61 systems fully liberated from Thargoid control. But compared to the 634 systems that have been overrun, it would be optimistic to suggest the aliens' advance is being significantly impeded at this stage. Fierce fighting has also broken out in the California and Witch Head nebulas. It's been speculated that the Thargoid seek to secure the barnacle sites seeded in those regions millennia ago. A reminder that this species may view all of our space as its original territory. Despite these grim developments, practical support arrived in the form of Azimuth Biotech's experimental weapons stabilizers and Professor Palin's improved xenoscanner. Both were welcomed by independent pilots, increasing their chances of triumphing over the powerful Thargoid vessels. Asa?
Well, that's interesting. There's an improved xenoscanner. Yeah, ever since the Thargoids have become more aggressive, it's been really hard to actually scan them, because you need to be within 500 meters for about 30 seconds. It's quite hard to do that. It might be 15 seconds, but it's quite hard to do that when they're attacking you. It was very easy before, when they didn't start attacking you until you attacked them. But yeah, one of my ships is running multi-cannons, turreted multi-cannons, and the only way you can actually hit the Thargoids is to scan them first. And I couldn't really. The multi-cannons are brilliant for the scouts, but for the interceptors, without scanning them and being able to target the heart, it was really hard to do any damage to them. You could excite the hearts easy enough, but you couldn't actually shoot at them. So yeah, an improved xenoscanner would be really useful, either increased range or faster scanning. Right, okay, that's this system finished. There's only one biology there, and that was bacteria again. So yeah, off to the fleet carrier, which should be about 16 jumps. Alright, so back to just scanning things as we go.
Fuel scoping complete.
And we'll set it up for Earth likes. So yeah, if there's any any planets to the right of the marker, we know that, or immediately to the right of the marker, we know that they're either Earth-like, ammonia, or water worlds. We'll have a look at them.
Frameshift drive charging.
We are still in Lyra's song, but I'm not sure if the next fleet carrier is going to be in the next sector.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Just got to go and do something before I do the next jump, so I'll scan this and I'll be back in a second.
Fuel scoping
Okay,
complete.
8 bodies. Oh, so we will be scanning this system. So yeah, I'll be back in a second, and we'll scan this system. Right, okay, let's scan the system. Right, so typical, there's two or three planets behind the sun. Right, on that one, on that one. 3 geology. Nothing there. Nothing there. Right. That's the water world. Right, so the remaining ones are behind the sun, so we need to move a little bit to see those. Just a minute, I just need to go do something again. Right, okay, I'm back. Let's scan the last two. Nothing on there. Nothing on there either. Right, okay, so off to the
Frameshift drive
next system.
Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage. scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Anything there?
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. System scan complete. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. System scan complete. Fuel scoping complete. Warning, temperature critical. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Right, so
Fuel scoping.
2 stars. What else have we got here? 9 bodies.
Fuel
Yeah, we're not
scoping
interested in any of
complete.
those.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so hopefully there will be a
Engage.
can't think what it's called now. Is it Astrometrics? The place where you sell your Xeno data. With this fleet carrier.
Fuel scoping. Fuel
19
scoping
bodies here.
complete.
Okay. Yeah, the sky is getting very dark. I can only see one star in front of me. Even the one I'm going to, I can't see. Or maybe 2 stars. Oh, we have a water world, so let's scan the system. So nothing there. Nothing. Nothing. Right, so the water world is around a 2nd star. Nothing there. Oh, that's just an asteroid belt. Alright, so it looks like a majority of this stuff is around a 2nd star. Just one more. Yeah, no, nothing in this system, apart from the water world.
Frameshift drive.
I'm not going to go scan water worlds anymore. I'm only going to do Earth-likes if I find an Earth-like.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete.
And another, an ammonia world this time. And some biology. So that is, well, that's on planet 5. Right, so there's geology on there as well. So there's a good chance that that biology is related to the geology on the femorals. So some femoralia. Oh, we got biology there too. So on planet 3 we have 2 biology. Nothing on that one. on there. Nothing. And the last one.
Systems.
Nothing. Right, okay, so it's planet 3 first. I overshot a little bit.
Surface scan by 50%. Surface
So that's
scan.
bacterium and stratum. Normally if you find just two, it's bacterium and either stratum or fonticula. Never actually found anything on the polar cap yet. You'd have thought on some of the hotter planets that the polar caps would be the most the best places for life. Right, can't see any
Orbital flight engaged.
high intensity zones from this high up, which means there aren't going to be any big ones. There's one there. It's not very big, but we're still 36k up, so it should be big enough to find what we need. Yeah, so what I look for is a smooth area of the turquoise colour. The dark blue and the light blue ones are lower intensity zones. If we land in the middle of this big zone, we should find everything we're looking for.
Landing gear deployed.
Right, so we can see bacteria and stratum from the air, so they both look like they're going to be. So I think that's stratum. I'm not sure if it's stratum or rocks.
Low gravity warning.
Yeah, it's a lot of stratum, and it's tectonics, which is good because that's worth the most. I think it's probably one of the most valuable plants now. Well, I haven't got a full list
Drive assist off.
of all the current prices. So that's bacterium. I didn't see the full name of that, so I'll have to do that on the next one.
Drive assist off.
Right. Get the name this time. Bacterium Cerberus green. Green. So that's 12 of those now. Is that one over there? Yeah, there's one over there.
Drive assist off.
Right, so now for the stratum. That's more bacteria. I just saw some towards the ship. I think that is it there. Yep.
Drive assist off.
Alright, I think this is tectonic slime. Yep. At least exploration pays now. So that was 19 million, or it will be 19 million for scanning this one. And that's 19 million before the first time multiplier, if I get that. I think the first time multiplier at the moment is 4 times. I think that's partly because there was not far enough. Partly because there's a community goal linked to it, I think.
Drive assist off.
Yeah, some there in front of the ship.
Drive assist off.
Just double check. Yep. I said insufficient genetic diversity. Already analysed. Yeah, that's what I was after. Right, okay, so that was the first planet, and we got both there. Let's go and see what was on that, that other planet. So we need to go to planet 5 now.
Power plant capacity exceeded. Frameshift drive charging.
Should be aiming for that one really, until we get a bit of height.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Well, that's quite a long way for a, considering it's not around a secondary star. Yeah, is anyone star in this system? Right, let's listen to a little bit more news while going
Best
for the.
and brightest work together in earnest. Time will tell if they can prevent this war from overwhelming us all. This is Jade Sanderlin for Vox Galactica. Stay safe out there. Maelstrom protection technology undergoes testing. Aegis has produced a prototype module that increases a ship's ability to survive within caustic environments. Professor Albert Tesreau, head of the newly reformed agency, published this statement. The blueprints provided by Petra Olmanova have been rapidly developed by Aegis's newly acquired chemical engineers, metallurgists, and ship technicians. Utilizing their combined skills, they have constructed a working prototype. This new module functions along similar lines to a heatsink launcher. It is designed to channel the corrosive reaction experienced within a Thargoid maelstrom to specific replaceable anodes prior to ejection, thereby extending a ship's range and operating time. We hope this will allow more data to be acquired about these mysterious objects. Aidan Tanner has volunteered to personally pilot the ship in the live tests taking place this week. Time is of the essence, since the humanitarian cost of the Thargoid invasions rises every day. Rear Admiral Daniel Parry, the Federal Navy's military liaison to Aegis, commented, "I've served under Admiral Tanner, and his involvement with these test flights doesn't surprise me one bit. He takes pride as never sending personnel on assignments he wouldn't undertake personally. But he's also sending a message. Aegis will no longer rely so heavily on independent pilots risking their lives. While commanders of the Pilots Federation are still our most adaptable and reliable field agents, Aegis will seek to work alongside them wherever possible." Princess Aisling understood risk of speaking out. Princess Aisling Duval has assumed oversight of the Empire's contributions to the Tri-Superpower Agency Aegis. She discussed her new role during an interview with the Imperial Herald. Loath though I was to defy the Emperor's decree, every instinct told me that the Aegis initiative can develop methods of protecting the Empire from enormous losses in this war. I'm grateful that Arisa recognized the value of my plea. I've been liaising with Professor Albert Tesreau, as well as Dr. Fonseca, Vice Admiral Anderson, and the rest of my team. Our challenge is to make the most of the Imperial resources allocated to Aegis. It's true that I was critical of Aegis's effectiveness in the past, but I've always believed that cooperation with other superpowers can bring mutual benefits. The mass slaughter inflicted by the Thargoids eclipses the NMLA's atrocities, a challenge we face together. We must trust each other now as we did then. The newsfeed also featured a response from Hadrian Augustus Duval. It's gratifying to see that Patrias and Torval aren't as influential as they think they are. Yet that doesn't mean Aisling is right. The Empire must not chain itself to the Alliance and Federation once again. The Emperor can be ruthless when it suits her, as I know only too well, but in this case she lacks the courage of her convictions. Royal correspondent Gudrun Vesterkor observed, "This is a calculated move by Emperor Arisa Lavany Duval. If Aegis fails, her isolationist policy will be vindicated. If Aegis succeeds, she can claim credit for permitting this exception. The risk is whether the public would credit an Aegis-assisted victory over the Thargoids to the Princess. Such an outcome would increase Aisling's popularity and political capital to a level Arisa is unlikely to tolerate for long." Thargoids devastate Witchhead Enclave. Pilots Federation alert. Populated systems in the Witchhead Nebula have been overrun by Thargoid fleets, resulting in widespread chaos. Thargoid vessels have directly targeted starports and planetary bases, leaving tens of thousands of casualties. With the nebula
Right,
located
where is this
hundreds
planet?
of light years from the core systems, rescue
It's
services
either very
are
small
struggling
or
to
very
aid the
black.
fleeing survivors. Vox Galactica published a fragmented message transmitted by the engineer Chloe Sedasi. Emergency SOS
It's very
from the
black.
Shenbei system. The Thargoids full.
Alright. Not surprising, really. It is 25,000 light seconds away from the star.
Surface scan by 50%.
Right, so what do we have? Lava spouts, fumaroles, vents, crystal shards. Okay, crystal shards. Right, let's go. I got a feeling this is the bright side of the planet, so remember to turn on night vision. Last time I came across one of these black planets, I nearly crashed into it. Yeah, so that looks like a high intensity zone over there for crystal shards. Let's turn the lights on as well. Oh, they were on. Right then. Alright, so there's some spouts.
Landing gear retracted.
Right, so crystal shards are small vertical spikes. There's a thermal vent.
Hull integrity
Oh,
compromised. Shields offline.
Let's put a few more pips to shields. There's also a lava spout there as well. Oh, a whole load of vents have just kicked off. Right, let's see if I can get that as a screenshot. Right, that'll do I think for the screenshot for this planet. As it's black, it's probably not going to be anything better than that. There's the shields coming back up. Right, so what's the name of this planet? Right. Crystal shards. Crystal shards normally find on the flat slopes of mountains, but there don't appear to be any of those here. Right, some more thermal vents there. Right, I'm going to go back up into orbit, come down at a different location.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Right, so just gone over the D drop line. Right, crystal shards. Right, let's land and have a drive around. You can normally see them from the ship. As it said, I'll use my other SRV. Yeah, there's absolutely no sign of any. I've been on planets before where there's supposed to have been crystal shards and I haven't been able to find any, even in zones that say they're high intensity.
Chassis integrity compromised.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just going to get out of the ship to get first footfall. But, yeah, call this one a day on this one.
Drive assist off.
Hopefully I've got first footfall.
Warning. Dangerously low temperature detected.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that's the neon paint job on the SRV. It's supposed to be purple, but it looks a little bit more pink. Just going to have a quick look at that geyser or whatever it is over there. Oh, it's got some cobbles. Cobbles are the quality things. So nickel. So again, it's still not topped up with nickel. So. Right, okay, let's head off for the fleet carrier again.
Drive assist off.
Cargo scoop retracted. Landing gear retracted. Power plant capacity exceeded. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Right, it's still obscured.
Frameshift drive
There
charging.
we go.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
back into
Fuel scoping complete.
discovery mode.
System scan.
Can't really call it now. Is combat mode, analysis mode. That was it.
Warning. Temperature critical.
And we now have 6 jumps to the fleet carrier.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Warning. Temperature critical.
Oh, we have a Earth-like. An Earth-like. Okay. Oh, right, maybe an Earth-like. Right. Oh, what happened there? I don't know what happened there, but focus just went away from the game. So nothing on there. Biology, 5B, just 1. Take a note on that. Another one there. Which planet's this? A8.
System scan complete.
Right, that's the system scan. So we'll go off to that was A8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we'll decide whether or not to go to B5, depending on how far away that is and what we find on A8. Yeah, judging by the distance to A8, I'm going to skip B5. It's going to be... Yeah, it's another 36,000 light years, so I'll skip that one. We got another black planet here. Can't see anything yet.
Surface scan by 50%.
Yeah,
Surface
bacterium. Right, let's head off to the next system.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Alright, so it should be just before jumps after this one. Yep.
System scan complete. Fuel scoping. Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Did I check what was in this system? I don't know if it checked. No, yeah, nothing in the system.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scoping. System scan complete. Fuel scoping complete.
Yeah, nothing there.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, so we may be passing into the next sector in the next couple of jumps, depending on which side of the border the space station's at. The fleet carrier. Two jumps to go.
Fuel scoping.
9 bodies.
Fuel scoping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, the sky is very black on that side.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. System scan complete. Fuel scoping.
Yeah, so there are no planets in this system to scan.
Fuel scope disengaged.
And we are exiting Lyra's song for Tenebria. Tenebri? So yeah, just jumping into the next sector of the galaxy. I'll scan this system and land on the fleet carrier, and then I'll call it a day for this stream. I've been going for 2.25 hours, so I think that's probably enough.
Fuel scoping.
So only 8 bodies. Looks like it's possibly two Earth-like worlds.
Fuel scoping complete.
Right, so there's the ship, and that's probably orbiting. There's no life on there. Oh, it's a water world, it's not an Earth-like world. But there are 2 of them. Okay, there's something else here as well. Ah, notable stellar phenomenon. Well, we'll go and have a look at that. I'm not even sure what a notable stellar phenomenon is in this sector. I have been to this sector before and visited notable stellar phenomenon, so it's probably not going to be a first. But
System scan complete.
right, let's go see what that notable stellar phenomenon is. Could be Gaia trees. Gaia trees are on the tip of the next spiral arm out from this one. So if you don't know, notable stellar phenomenon are things in space, plant life there's normally plant life that live in space. There's crystal shards and void hearts and Gaia trees. There's another type of tree as well, can't remember what they're called. And there are some that are like little life forms. When you shine lights on them, they shoot a little jet out and fly away. And there is one type which is acidic, and when you shine a light on them, they spurt acid at you and fly away. Yeah, so last time I got hit by one of those out in the middle of nowhere, nearly destroyed the ship. Actually, I've only ever been hit by one of those once, so yeah, I learned my lesson there. Right, looks like we've got spiky boys. Yeah, scanning these gives you codex entries, which is worth a few thousand credits. Oh, looks like that one's got little shards around it as well. Yeah, don't normally see them with shards around them like that. Oh, as I get closer, it's going red. Oh, that's interesting. It's all changed. Can I? Alright, so what did I get? Rubidium ice crystals. Do these things have a different signal? Alright, that's not actually selectable. Oh, there's also the red stuff. Right, okay, let's don't want to get too close to those because yeah, they are spiky and big. Let's take a screenshot. Now I can get a little bit closer. Oh, that one down there's purple. Alright, okay. Let's zoom out a little bit and try and get both of those in there. Move the ship upwards. Right, okay. My engines look a little bit dead. Let's just give a little. No, I need 2 hands to do that. Right, let's save that screenshot. Right, so we'll get the system name. Actually, on the planet name of where we're closest to, which is, oh, actually, it is actually the star, so it's the system name. Right, so that's a screenshot saved. Let's go and look to see what that purple one is, see if that is something different. Right, that is different enough, I think, for me to take another screenshot. I seem to remember if you touch these, it actually cools the ship down and you start freezing. I don't remember them having all this patterns on the surface before. All the shiny bits. Right. Just go back a little bit more. I want to see more of those. Right. There we go. Second screenshot. Right, okay, now to the fleet carrier.
Landing gear deployed. Cannot comply. Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yep, so I wasn't expecting to see that. Yeah, I don't remember seeing ones before with the shiny bits. I found plenty on my first tour of the galaxy, because my first tour of the galaxy was primarily going to see notable stellar phenomenon. But yeah, that's the first time I've seen those shiny bits around them. Actually, let's Right, so this is my map from the first tour of the galaxy. Let's make that a bit bigger. And so looks like we're very close to where we are now. Oh, that's different type of notable stellar phenomenon there. Yeah, I didn't take quite so many screenshots. So yeah, plenty of spiky ones, but none with those shiny bits. Oh, that was a planet with anemones on it. Right, no, I can't make that bigger. Yeah, so the Gaia trees are the ones we get down here. So that's just a leg. So yeah, whole bunch of Gaia trees there in a, and spiky ones as well. Yeah, the quality seems to have improved a bit on these. This was with my old graphics card on the old computer, and it was, I don't know, maybe three years ago. Yeah. Anyway, to the fleet carrier. Which I've just flown past. Yes, on my first tour of the galaxy, it was before Odyssey, and just after they'd or just after they released the Codex, and it was and all the different forms of life was added to the galaxy. So yeah, that's when I did the first tour of the galaxy. But my goal on that tour was just to visit each sector and visit life in each sector. Hence the name of this ship, SETI 42. So it's 42 sectors of the galaxy, and I use it to search for life. Yeah, so most sectors I managed to find notable stellar phenomenon. There were a few sectors where I had to land on the planets and find the anemones and brain trees and tubus. And also bark mounds, which are all still in the game, but they are distributed on planets differently to the way they were before. During Horizons, there would be like maybe 9 locations on the planet where you could find them. Now you have the heat map, and they're more evenly distributed.
Docking request accepted. Proceed to your designated path, Commander. Commander, your landing gear is retracted.
Landing gear deployed.
Right. Okay.
Docking complete. Engines jumping down.
Right, so let's go to carrier services and sell all the universal cartographic data. So there's not going to be anything of great value here. And again, there's still the bug of cartographic data. Every time you sell a page, it thinks you haven't got any data left. No, we actually haven't got any data left. So we'll do the repairs. Yeah, do full repairs this time. And let's go and see what's actually inside the ship. See if there's any anywhere to sell the data. So yeah, when I started a tour of the galaxy, you couldn't actually disembark on fleet carriers. They hadn't introduced that yet, so I had to do the first half of the tour without actually selling data. It wasn't until yeah, about halfway around that I started seeing fleet carriers where I could actually sell the data, because yeah, I mean, it had to be introduced, and then the fleet carriers had to fly back to the bubble, pick up the or the nearest fleet carrier place and pick up the upgrades. Right, so we don't. Yeah, this one was far enough out that they've not. Oh, right, the shipyard. Right, so the shipyard was available before. Was it update 13 when they added the fleet carrier interiors, or 12? Right, so I shall I'll sit down and try and get a nice screenshot out the window of somewhere where I can also see the ship's name. So the ship's name is on these notice boards. So yeah, Cheat Labs is the name of the ship. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. So print screen. And I'll save that. And I've got the name of the ship here, so I don't need to go and search for that. Right, okay. Right, that's everything I planned to do for this stream. I've got a few minutes left, so what I'll do is I'll go back to the ship and we'll have a look to see if there's anything we want to go and see on the next part of the tour, because I've come to the end of my list of places to visit. Actually, it normally says the name of the ship directly in front of there. Wonder why that's not there. Okay. Right, so let's start by going and have a look at the codex. Yep, so we are now in the Tenebrae sector. We'll have a look to see what biology there is to go and view. So yeah, the ice crystals that we've just seen, the silicate crystals. So these are the things I just showed you in the screenshots earlier. There's these crystal shards that we couldn't find earlier. But let's have a look, see if there's anything on the planets. So I'm pretty sure I've got all the different forms of tussock already. So Triticam, Vagram, Divas. Sure, I've got Divas. Yeah, although it's quite rare. I've only found one of those. Cactus. Yep. Ignis. That rings a bell. Alberta. Definitely got Alberta. Venice. Have I got that one? Yeah, got plenty of that. Cerati. Got that. Stigmatis and Capellum. And Capellum. Yeah, and what was the last one? Penatra. Yeah, so yeah, I found all of those previously. So yeah, I recognise those names. Found all of those. Tubus, conifer. Yep. Stratum. Yep, found all of those. Reptica. I think there are only 3 types of Reptica, and I found all of those. Osseous. So they're the ones we found earlier. There's the discus, the pumice, and the spirals. I think there is another form, but I found them all. Found all those. So these are the things I was hoping to find where those crystal shards were, the femoralia, and they grow on the femoral. There's four types of those, and I've got those. So again, those are quite rare, but I have found them, and these are extremely common, and they're quite common in certain places. They're quite rare, but I have found them, and they're quite common as well, but not around here. Right, so there's two types of this, and I have found those before. They come in different shiny colours. Concha, Lavita, yeah, I found those. If there's only 3 types of those, and I found all of those. And Cactoida, yeah, so that's the kind of Cactoida we found earlier. And this you can find pretty much all around the galaxy. Bacterium, again, I don't go searching for that, so Alanoida. And yeah, so I found all of those. Right, so again, I'm not looking for the notable stellar phenomenon this time, so I won't deliberately go looking for those unless I happen to find them on the way. So right, so there's nothing in the codex that I want to go and see. Let's have a final look at the live data. Right. So yeah, so we are here. I will be going. If you look on here, it shows there is that star there is slightly. Yeah, so that star there was the first one to disappear. So that is where we'll go for the easternmost tip of the galaxy, which will be my next major target. I won't be able to find out what that star's called until I get a bit closer to it. And then I'm going to go for the tip. Right, so which one is the tip, do you suppose? There's sort of two points there. Could be that one, or that one. So I will be going for one of those. Then to the fleet carrier and back. Right, so let's see if there's anything there that's worth going to see. So there's no fleet carriers, no recent carriers. All right, there's planetary point of interest. Let's see what that actually is. Flyby ice. Planetary feature. All right. Might go for what was that there? So that was a stellar point of interest. So I might go for that one later. I'll put that on the list. Nebula, not expecting any nebulas. Planetary nebulas, no, there's none of those either. Right, so, alright, looks like that easternmost one is... Right, it's slowed down now because I've turned on planetary nebula. Let me turn that one off. Right, is that the easternmost one? It looks like it is there, so... We have a name for it, so there we go. Magellan's Star. Let's just turn off that history again. Just make sure that is, yeah, that is the one for the easternmost. So it looks like that has been visited. So I definitely won't be the first person to go there. There was another historic one there. Is that, what's that one there? Cloud 1. It's not the most easterly point one. Well, I'm not quite sure what the importance of that is. Right, so that there is between the easternmost tip and the end of the galaxy. So I shall put that one into the list. So that again, that's planetary. I think that's a planetary one. Right, and well, might as well go to that one there because it's pretty much on the way. So I don't want to be going directly to that star because there's a lot of thin space around here. So I will go to probably somewhere around there, then go directly into that rather than trying to head to it directly. Right, okay, that is now the end of the stream. So thanks very much for watching. I'd probably be back again over the weekend and to do some more. Inner Suck 68, thanks very much for watching, and I'll hope to see you again soon.